Relief in the wake of tremors. Kagoshima mulls cash aid for Akusakijima Island residents. A seismic crisis shakes the island. A remote volcanic island in southern Japan, Akusakijima, part of the Takara Islands chain in Kagoshima Prefecture, has been rattled by a series of earthquakes over recent weeks, disrupting daily life, displacing residents, and prompting fears of long-term instability. In response, Kagoshima authorities are now considering an emergency cash relief program for the affected population. This move, though still under discussion, could mark a crucial lifeline for the small island community whose normalcy has been upended since late June 2025. From rumblings to exodus, what happened? The trouble began on June 21, when the Japan Meteorological Agency (JMA) began recording frequent seismic activity around Akusakijima. By mid-July, over 2,000 tremors had been detected, several of which registered upper 5 to lower 6 on the Japanese seismic intensity scale (Shindo). For context, such tremors are powerful enough to knock items off shelves, crack walls, and severely stress older infrastructure. Fearing for their safety, many residents voluntarily evacuated. The Kagoshima government facilitated transport via ferries to the mainland, where evacuees were housed in city-provided accommodations in Kagoshima City. Some chose to stay, including essential personnel such as teachers, firefighters, and medical staff. However, the fear of a potential larger quake lingers heavily among those remaining. Cash aid. A novel approach to earthquake recovery. In light of the prolonged seismic event and continued risk, Kagoshima officials are now exploring direct financial assistance to Akusakijima residents. This would be in addition to the food, lodging, and logistical support already provided. The idea is to provide residents with the flexibility to purchase essentials, secure temporary housing, and maintain some financial stability during this unpredictable period. Local reports suggest that the Relief Fund Distribution Committee under the Kagoshima Disaster Management Authority is preparing a proposal for disbursement of funds, which will be drawn from the prefectural emergency budget. This initiative is considered unusual but necessary, given the unique situation of Akusakijima, a small, isolated island with limited infrastructure, no hospital, and a dwindling population of mostly elderly citizens. Residents speak. Living in fear, hoping for support. Local school principal Yoshiro Tobo, who was among those who chose to remain on the island, described the atmosphere as deeply unsettling. In an interview with local press, he said, "You hear and feel tremors almost every hour. You go to sleep wondering if the next one will be bigger. You wake up exhausted. The mental toll is worse than the physical danger sometimes." Other residents who evacuated to Kagoshima City expressed mixed feelings, relief at their safety, but anxiety over their future. One elderly woman who left the island on July 9 said, "I've lived on Akusakijima all my life. Leaving was heartbreaking, but the shaking wouldn't stop. We couldn't take it anymore." Unique challenges of a remote island. Akusakijima, with a population of around 60 to 70 residents, is particularly vulnerable in natural disasters. It has no airport and is accessible only by boat, which operates just a few times per week. Medical services are minimal, and communications are occasionally spotty during bad weather. These geographical and infrastructural constraints have made the disaster response particularly complex. The ongoing tremors also disrupt ferry operations, limit access to food and supplies, and leave the elderly particularly isolated. Financial aid is a signal of commitment. The potential cash aid is not just financial relief, it's a signal of long-term governmental commitment to supporting remote communities. Officials are reportedly considering a tiered compensation model, with larger amounts going to those who evacuated, have incurred costs, or lost income due to the disaster. While exact figures have not yet been finalized, early estimates suggest that each household could receive a one-time cash payment ranging from 100,000 yen to 300,000 yen, $650 to $2,000 USD depending on family size, housing damage, and need. Local officials emphasize that the move is not a buyout or resettlement plan, but instead a way to provide immediate help while the situation stabilizes. Upcoming weather threats compound anxiety. Even as the tremors gradually slow, another threat looms: typhoon season. Residents and officials alike are on edge as meteorological forecasts show a potential typhoon approaching southern Japan in the next week. Evacuated residents fear they won't be able to return, and those still on the island face the dual risks of aftershocks and extreme weather. This has led to calls for additional support, including portable shelters, satellite communication equipment, and emergency medical kits. Some Go groups have begun mobilizing in anticipation of worsening conditions. Government response, a test of disaster readiness. The Kagoshima Prefecture government has been praised for acting swiftly to assist residents, arranging transportation, and facilitating temporary accommodation. However, the earthquake cluster has tested Japan's famed disaster management infrastructure in a new way, requiring flexibility, empathy, and long-term planning beyond the usual emergency drills. Experts from the Japan Disaster Resilience Institute noted that, we're seeing more of these extended disasters, not one big quake, but weeks of moderate to strong tremors. That changes how aid must be delivered. People can't remain in shelters forever. What comes next? Rebuilding lives are starting over. For Akusakijima residents, the question is, can life go back to normal? Or has this seismic event permanently shifted the island's future? Some residents, particularly younger families, are reportedly considering not returning at all. The small island's already aging population may shrink even further. Others, especially elders who have lived their whole lives there, hope to rebuild, but need resources to do so. The cash assistance, if finalized and implemented, could provide a crucial bridge between immediate evacuation and long-term recovery. Conclusion: a nation of islands, a network of support. Japan, a country of over 6,800 islands, has long been at the mercy of nature. But it has also developed one